Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Code S. I am Tasteless, and with me is my hetero nerd life partner, Artosis. How are you doing?
I'm doing so great after seeing those little intro videos of everyone. Those were funny.
Those made me almost as uncomfortable as the people in them. That was pretty cute.
I love those videos, Tasteless. This is a great group of people for those videos today. Hopefully the games are just as good.
Yes, just as excellent.
Yeah.
This is, of course, a GSL special thanks to our sponsors at Pepsi, G-Skill Razor. We love you guys, and thank you, viewers, for joining us as we're going to have some very exciting Code S games today. We already had a few interesting games earlier here, casted by Moletrap and Doa.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty excited about today, actually. We have a great lineup. One of my favorite players right now, Puzzle, is playing today, Tasteless.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a lot of fun.
Puzzle is sick. I'm really excited to see. Why are you laughing?
I had to pull the mic out of my mouth, man. Whoever sat in this chair today. I think it was Doa.
Doa's head and face
I don't know,
shaped
man.
differently.
Maybe he's like two-dimensional.
You got more
or
of an
something.
angular kind of face.
Yeah.
You know, Doa's face a little bit different. Yeah, I've had that too, where my mic's been moving around a little bit. But
whenever Wolf wears my headset, it's like all small. I don't know how that is. I think he has a bigger head than I do.
Well, you know, Wolf has a lot of hair.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he's got a huge head.
I actually have the biggest hat size. It's hard to find me fitted hats, Tasteless.
Yeah, it's hard for me to find actually fitted hats.
Because
we have
such
big
a big
brains.
brain, yeah.
We have these big,
We're
sexy
like
brains.
smart guys.
Like, you know, the brain is, you know, it's kind of like a muscle too, but my brain's ripped.
Look, if
my brain has an 8-pack. It's got 8 packs going all over it.
My brain is made out of fists.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fist brains.
Fist brain, man.
Now,
that's why it hurts so bad when I headbutt you.
By the way, check out our Pepsi promo here. We've already seen some actually really funny pictures sent in for this. I especially love the one where somebody's kissing the Pepsi thing next to Nesty, where he's kissing his GSL trophy. So please send some more of those in, guys. Participate in this. It's a really easy contest that really allows us here at GOM to kind of interact with you guys, the fans, and you guys to interact back with us. Speaking of interacting with GOM, feel free to add GOM's Twitter. It is GOMTV. Also add Artosis. His Twitter ID is Artosis, and mine is Call Me Tasteless, because somebody went in a time machine and took Tasteless back when Twitter first came out.
That's right.
And now I had to take Call Me Tasteless. Call Me Tasteless.
I bet you this person has so many followers and has no idea why.
Yeah, could be. Could be. That's what happens when you make an ID that's actually a word, Artosis. Your name is just Artosis. It sounds kind of like a hip disease or something.
I knew I could always get Artosis on every site. That's why I made it.
It sounds like the name of a quirky wizard.
Yeah.
Artosis.
It's almost a disease.
It does sound like a hip disease.
A sickness of skill.
Ooh. You're funny. You're on a roll today.
Already?
Already. You're already out of control. By the way,
it's not going to be a roll by then. It's going to be an avalanche.
Oh, my God. Look at this guy's not stopping. Artosis, what did you eat for breakfast?
Some eggs. Hot sauce. A little bit of mixed vegetables.
Hot sauce on eggs is good.
Well, it was Chipotle Tabasco.
I actually am, like, as you know,
Tabasco.
I have, like, every kind of hot sauce in my house. What I need to do is become a superhero and have a utility belt with different hot sauces.
Yeah.
All right, that I can go around fighting food with. Here are results. Artosis, take it away.
MMA and Nesty both advance, as well as Optimus and MVP. That makes some pretty sick round of 16 matches, as you see here. Can Nesty get through this insanely hard little Terran bracket? We also see that this morning, Bomber and Huck made out. Congratulations to Huck. Of course, Killer took third, and Violet falls the up and downs. Our Group D, we had Keen and Nada making it out. Did not expect Keen, I have to say. A little bit lucky, I felt, getting out of there, but you know, Coca and Alicia, they're going to have to try better next time.
Yeah, that was a shocker of a day there, especially with Alicia. And it's not that Coca's not, or Keen's not good, rather, but I just really 100% expected Alicia to get out even over Nada.
Well, I figured Nada and either Coca or Alicia would make it, probably Alicia, but wasn't the case, Tasteless. Now we're going to have the first place of this group facing off against the second place of the next group. Oh my God, these groups are so good.
Yeah.
I am like
we got
completely
old faces and new faces.
Yeah. Byun Zenio, man, the saga continues. How many times have these guys hit each other? Unfortunately, this time it is not going to be on Terminus Re. We've seen some crazy games between them there. But that's going to be a great match. ASD and Puzzle. Then, of course, we're going to see Trickster versus Young in a live versus top. All awesome matches. I'm actually wiggly and jiggly with excitement, especially I'm really interested to see Trickster playing. He's going to be going to MLG with us, Tasteless.
Yeah, by the way, guys, if you can, make it down to MLG or at least tune in, or you're ruining esports. You don't want to ruin esports. So come check us out down there. We'll be down there. You know, so it'll be a lot of fun. I love doing the MLGs. Love working with those guys.
Absolutely, man. Great event. Well, who do you think is going to make out of this first group, Tasteless?
I think Byun will no matter what, and then maybe Puzzle. I do want to give some credit to
Puzzle.
Yeah, look, Zenio's good, but what I've seen from Byun as of late is just such good stamina.
I think it's actually going to be Puzzle in first, Byun in second. That's my take.
Oh no, that's a totally realistic
I feel like they're
thing.
both. I mean, ASD and Zenio are both really good. Like I think both these guys should be in Code S.
Yes.
But I think that Puzzle and Byun are both like easily top 16.
Yeah. Now we're going to show a little opening of the group stages here.
네,
See what actually
그냥
happens.
받았어요. 2조에 좋은 기억이 남아서.
그 밑에 그 바로 아래가 누구? 정동현! 진짜요? 네.
멋있는 척 해보고 싶었어요.
네.
안녕하세요.
2조. 네, 안녕하세요.
그냥 멋있는 척 한번 해본 거예요.
아닌가요?
켜요.
네.
왜? 최정래요. 현현우 선수.
현현우.
좋은 경기 했으면 좋겠습니다.
전 좋은 경기 할 만 없고요. 치즈를 쏘더라도
네.
그냥 끝내버리겠습니다.
저랑 하고 싶으세요? 좀 게임이 좀 지저분해지는데 이번에는 좀 깔끔하게 이겨드리겠습니다.
그냥 이 선수랑 게임하는 게 재밌어요. 근데 방금
네.
깔끔하게 이기신다고 하셨는데
네.
지저분하게 해드리겠습니다.
처음에 뭐 라이벌 관계가
네.
형성되는 것도 뭐 나쁘지 않은 것 같아요.
뛰지는 않았고 이대진 선수.
붙였습니다. 그냥 느낌이 왔어요.
느낌이 왔어요. 어떤 느낌이냐고요?
왠지 딱 이길 것 같아요. 제가 그 느낌을 바로 바꿔드리겠습니다. 어제 한번 봅시다 그럼.
프로토스? 프로토스 쪽인데요?
정민수인가요? 김상준!
오!
일단 제가 레더에서 많이 졌어요. 그래서 방송에서 한번 해보고 싶어서.
현우랑 잘 얘기해서
네.
잔류도 허락하지 않겠습니다.
저번 조지명 씨때 화내고서 반응이 안 좋아서
네.
이번에도 화 안 낼라 했는데
네.
화가 나요.
일단 김상준 선수랑
네.
최정민 선수를 잡고 2승으로 올라가겠습니다.
처음으로 코데스 직행 티켓을 얻었는데 바로 떨어질 일 없이 연습 많이 해서 좋은 결과 있도록 하겠습니다.
저번 시즌에는 4강에 들어서 강아지를 샀어요. 근데 막상 사니까 사료값하고 예방주포값이 만만치가 않아서 이번 시즌에는 꼭 4강이 아니라 결승까지 개왕권을 서서 한번 올라가도록 하겠습니다.
네, 제가 특별한 사람에게만 해주는 세레머니가 있거든요. 이번에 꼭 다시 한번 이기고 세레머니를 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
김상준 선수, 절 잔류도 허락하지 않기 때문에 아이디가 퍼즐이니까 그 퍼즐을 제가 다 흩어놓도록 하겠습니다.
현우도 그렇고 저도 그렇고 최정민 선수도 그렇고 이대진 선수한테 질 거라고 생각 안 하거든요. 그래서 바로 평양전으로 보내드리겠습니다.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Poor ASD, man. Poor ASD.
Well, you know, he's sort of overshadowed by some of these other players here.
Yeah, I can't believe he actually picked Puzzle. Puzzle is actually, at the moment, one of the scariest Protosses in the entire world.
I know.
And he's like, well, I lose to him a lot, so I should play him in a match that's very
important. That is not
important.
how you want to do it.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not at all.
I'm going to get my, I'm going to look through the audience and I'm going to say, all right, where's the stump nerd? Where's the guy with no hands?
Yeah, man, I tell you what, it's not like, you know what? Normally a bear would beat me in a fight. So I want a bear in the cage ring match with me for my life in Code S. No!
Crazy. No, man.
I don't want to battle a bear.
I want to fight a baby cub bear.
I don't even want to fight any type of bear. I want to fight a fish on land.
Oh
and
my God.
He just flops around. As long as I can stay away from him, he dies on his own. That's what I want to fight, Tasteless.
Wow, Artosis.
Forget bravery.
It's all about getting wins. Getting
Discretion
ahead.
is the better part of valor, Tasteless.
You know, the problem, though, for some of these guys is that everybody in Code S is so good at this point in time. It's not really like there is, I guess, a weaker player, you could say. By the way, here's Byun, and now we're going on to Zenio.
I want to say something, Tasteless, about what you just said. Code S is getting so good. Code S right now is basically getting its six-pack. It's getting to the point where everyone is a sick nerd baller. Not quite yet. There's still a few jobbers hanging around that are going to go down to Code A. But it is getting there, Tasteless, to the point where it is purely frightening.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know what's funny about that is, excuse me, even Code B right now, which we don't even really broadcast, you know what I mean? Well, actually, I guess that's not true. We actually had Wolf and Joe broadcast that as well as them playing Star Fox. But you know, even Code B is just so good. It is such a quagmire. It is so hard to get out of that and make it into Code A.
I mean, there's people in Code B better than Zenio, better than AST. I'm not going to say better than Puzzle or Byun, but there are like superstars down in Code B right now waiting to be born.
Now, here are our two players, Byun and Zenio. Our map will be Metalopolis. These guys have faced before and made for some pretty epic games. As you can see, Belshire Beach eliminated by Byun. Not really too shocking. Terrans don't like playing against Zerg on that. Zelnaga Fortress eliminated from Zenio.
Pretty standard
pretty
map choices.
Sensible.
And we're going to have it on Metalopolis. Pretty much everyone. This is one of their favorite maps. This is like the nada of maps. Like, everyone just loves it.
It is. It's like the Python.
Yeah.
In StarCraft 2. Python, of course, famous map in StarCraft 1. All right. It's time. The countdown has started. Byun, our Terran, Zenio, our Zerg. The first match here, so pivotal in the Code S group. Who's going to win? We're going to find out here in just a little bit. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. We're the Casting Archon here at the GSL. Over here in the red, we have the Energizer Byuni. Most stamina I've ever seen out of any player, especially with Terran. He is...
The next Byun.
I don't care what anyone
He's got
says.
the pirate dog. He must be a friend of Pirate Bird Artosis.
Oh, no.
And Pirate Monkey on that other shirt I wear. They all have their pirate animal boat. They go around looking for nerd booty, making nerds walk the plank. In the top center starting location,
Zenio.
I think that girl on the right is my favorite.
Is that right?
I love her. I will marry her.
What are all the other girls?
Well, she's different from the other girls, Artosis.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry for ever questioning.
You don't know what
your
love is, Artosis.
No.
It's seeing a 3-second clip of somebody and deciding you want to spend the rest of your life with them.
Love at first video clip.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Well,
don't talk about my future wife in any bad way.
I won't do it.
I'm crazy.
I'm
Love
sorry.
makes me crazy.
I see that. You're a crazy guy. We do have a hatch first build from Zenio. Byun, on the other hand, getting his quick gas. And he's left his barracks in just the right position to be able to get an add-on. So we might be seeing Reactor Hellions, or we might see a Reaper. Byun is a fan of Reapers.
He's a Tech Lab Terran. Unlike many of these other Terrans we see.
He's a tech-tabular Terran.
Energizer Byuni. All right, it is going to be a Tech Lab. I really the people I think of with Tech Lab builds against Zerg are Lin. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry they can't understand. Yes, sir.
Still awesome. Wow. There's
Of
like
course.
no reason to make a joke there, but I love it.
I
that
love
was
it.
perfect.
Of course, if you're in our studio, you only hear the Korean commentators.
Unless you
We're
sit
tucked
real
up.
close.
Yeah, we need to convince him to get little headsets or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Once some guy was in here and picked up some wireless signal with his laptop and was trying to listen to us live. But
Oh no, I guess you could. We have Wi-Fi in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, someone was doing it once. He was telling me.
That's smart.
Well, right now we do have the Reaper has popped out. A second Reaper on the way. I love double Reaper openings.
Oh yeah, it's so strong. You're gonna kill Zerglings so quickly.
Yeah.
All right.
And look at this. He's going right for some drones, Tasteless. Taking
Nice.
one out with the help of that SCV.
Yeah,
He's able to two-shot. Try to take out these Zerglings now.
A little bit of miss micro there, but he's already doing a ton of damage here.
Yeah, man. 6
Zenio.
kills, 2 of which are Zerglings. That means 4 drones Byun taking a nice and strong early lead. Just absolutely well done. Speed just starting for Zenio, so as these other Reapers pop out, in fact, he has another one with another on the way.
He's continuing to go for Reapers, Artosis.
Yeah.
And, you know, if Zerg isn't fully prepared for this, the game could end right away.
Quite true, Tasteless. The Queens are going to be a good defense. In fact, he might lose this red one pretty quick, and yeah, he does go down to that Queen, but killed another drone. And these are great, man. I mean, they're giving him map presence. He's getting stim in the meantime, just making a few more Reapers. I absolutely love this play that we're seeing from Byun. Just so powerful. I wish more Terrans would do it in these positions.
I'm wondering if he's going to make any... No, excuse me. He's actually now switching into Marines, excuse me, as I saw there on the tab. But he could still do a little bit more damage with these Reapers. He can, of course, deny creep tumors here and take out more Zerglings here in the front.
Oh, and look at that. Nice jump up there.
Oh, beautiful. He almost got that drone.
Now, I think he's going to probably withdraw pretty quickly here. And he's already starting to, as Zenio does come to scout. He knows that Speed should be finishing any time now, and he's quite right. It's almost done.
This situation could not be worse right now for the Zerg because not only did he lose some drones, but during that attack, Byun made an additional command center.
Yeah.
So
he's got some nice economy going, man. He's got his 3 barracks up. He's going to go mostly Marines, it looks like, and I'm sure this factory would be for some siege tanks. Probably just hit a very strong timing push. He's already killed so many drones that it's 27 SCVs against 27 drones. And don't forget, Tasteless, that he has mules.
Yeah, mules are pretty good. They're even better than the animal mule. Actually, mule is not one of my favorite animals.
You know what, Tasteless? The mule is the backbone of civilization. I don't know what you're talking about. Without mules, how would we have carried bags up and down mountains? How would we have pulled small carts?
We would have used elephants.
What about in colder areas where you need a mule?
We would have used woolly mammoths.
And what about on slim mountain roads that they didn't fit on?
We would have used tiny elephants.
You enslaved baby elephants, Tasteless?
Look, man, I'm going to put this down right now. Elephants are actually better than mules. They are better.
Well, let's compare it in StarCraft 2 terms. For the elephant, we'll take the Ultralisk.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say the elephant would have to be the Ultralisk.
Is an Ultralisk actually better than the mule? I bet you 9 out of 10 Zerg players would rather have mules than Ultralisk.
Well, that's just because the Ultralisk is lazy and doesn't want to mine minerals. I mean, that thing could pick up an entire patch.
Oh, my God.
Think about that.
Someone goes and right-clicks it onto a patch and breaks the game because it works?
Just saying. Start casting on Ultralisks.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. I think we might be seeing a pretty good timing attack here on the third base.
Oh, certainly.
Very soon. Actually, no. As I say that, he's going to go for a drop. That's also not a bad idea at all. Excuse me.
Zenio is getting his Banelings out, though. No Baneling speed on the way, of course, because he has not gotten his layer yet. And this might be a little bit hard because he does have stim. Combat shields 1/4 of the way done. Look at that. The Reaper's in there to help out against the Banelings.
Oh, nice splitting. But he does manage to drive out the Terran forces.
I suspect he will just heal them up and send them back in, Tasteless.
Probably.
With no layer. The layer not even halfway done now at the natural. No Mutalisks are going to be around to really help out. By the way, 7 active creep tumors right now for Zenio. Beautifully done there. And we do have another drop. And it does get chased away. Very smart of Zenio to be putting creep tumors in his main base to be able to hold this drop-off more. Gone, finally, are the days of Zergs trying to walk off creep with queens to defend drop harassment.
Yeah, that was painful.
That was so painful, Tasteless.
Queens have no place off creep.
No, they don't.
I'm sorry, it's probably offended some of you guys, but it's true. They should just be staying at home, be barefoot and pregnant. Now,
Zenio does start Baneling speed.
But can I just point out, Zenio's creep spread is pretty good right now.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He really is. I'm totally digging the creep spread, and we do have a nice scan here, trying to get rid of some of this creep spread, beyond realizing that it is becoming an issue.
Very nice there by him. He took out all the creep tumors there, but looks like the queens are going to come down and replant those creep tumors. Now we have Spire about, what, 1/3 of the way done. And if Byun's going to do any more drops, he's going to need to do it before the Spire completes.
Yes, that's
because
very
after
true.
that, I know I keep harping on this, but I don't know why some of these players are doing it when they start sending these drops out with one medevac. They're not attacking with their entire army either.
Yeah.
And then they just basically put 8 Marines in a gift, gift wrap them and give them away.
You know, the one time when it is good would be a map like, let's say, Tal'Darim, let's say Terminus Re, where it's late game, you know where the mutas are, and they have expansions that are very far away. When you can force the mutas to go and respond to these things, then get out of there so they can't really find them, that type of scenario is great, but just blindly doing it, we've seen a lot of Terrans lose games because of that. And here we go, a nice little stim timing here. Sieging up some tanks, moving back from the Banelings. He's got to target the siege tanks, though.
Ooh, that was a really bad attack there by Zenio.
Yeah.
Now, I don't... What do you think about this elevator push?
I kind of like it, man. This is just kind of a harassment-based push right now. He's already done a lot of damage to Zenio. Keeping the pressure on after a lot of damage can be a very good idea. Just using a few Marines right now. Mulisks are on the way, though, so he is going to have to be careful.
Yeah, because if enough mutas get out, all of that's going to die. But we'll see. I mean, a lot of Banelings and Zerglings have been killed off here, and don't forget he can reinforce this with more Marines being rallied to that location.
Quite true. We do have Mutalisks popping out. Takes us a ton of them, in fact. It's a very good economy right now for Zenio. But he's got to be careful. He can't be too cost inefficient.
Loading up a few more, and I love it. Putting the siege tanks up there.
That
Marines
is a
have
brave
more
move.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely committing here, but the Marines are going to have more room here to kind of maneuver around and poke.
And I like that he only stimmed those bottom Marines, didn't stim his whole group. And here we go, the Marines attacking. They do have to pull back. Baneling hitting quite a few, and the Mutalisks with Zerglings taking out those top ground siege tanks. Byun may want to be careful about continuing this. With only one siege tank down there, Banelings and Zerglings are going to multiply in their efficiency.
Now, this is going to be a... Well, hold that thought. We have more Banelings coming down now. Marines moving up, and I do like what we're seeing here. A counterattack right now into the Terrans. I mean, he needs to stop these reinforcements, but at the same time, he's got to make sure that these Marines don't do any more damage. And as you can see, Byun's main is basically naked.
Yeah, Byun was so hyper-aggressive this game. Pesos does have to pick up right there. Not a lot of siege tanks left still, just 2 with his attack army, and he's taking a ton of damage at home. Well, this may be too many Marines, though. They do have 1-1 upgrades already. Meanwhile, Zenio just has the +1, so the Marines not taking a lot of damage with the medevacs, with their combat shields, against any circling attacks.
And now he's over here to where the drones are. He's doing a lot of damage here. He's got to be careful not to overextend himself. Byun spread out pretty thin here. The tank's now being taken up, but there's still this large Marine ball that ultimately he's got. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, if we can just rewind here a little bit, I got to be critical of Byun. I know I was asking you earlier, what do you think about this push up here? Honestly, I hate pushes like that, elevator pushes. I feel like they're only good if you're going to do a little bit of harassment, not good if you're going to try to push in here and end the game. Well, it's way too complicated.
It looked at first like he was just doing a bit of harassment, but as StarCraft 1 players do know, if you overcommit and try to kill someone with that, it's too time-consuming, and counterattacks own you. And now we do see that Zenio has taken the supply lead. He's in pretty good shape right now. 76 drones at 56 SCVs, doing a lot of damage with these mutas. Has to be careful there, though. And he's killed off a lot of siege tanks. So Zenio right now can't be feeling too bad about where he is in this game. But with a planetary at the gold base, Byun, he's not going to feel as much hurt as he could have from that failed push.
Luckily, Byun, he does have the gold. And there's a planetary there that probably would have been turned into an orbital head. He'd been doing a little bit better, felt a little bit safer, but I think right now he feels the pressure here.
I think it's a good choice. We do have a little attack at the gold base.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
He got almost every single SCD there.
Yeah, but there were not actually that many there. That actually turned out to be a poor attack, losing about 8 Banelings and maybe 6 Zerglings for
honestly,
about 5 SCVs.
I would have just made more Banelings and gone right for the planetary.
Yeah, that's oftentimes a very good choice, but it looks like he may be coming over here with the mutas to do just that. Planetary is about half health at the moment, but more Marines do get up there, push those mutas away. And Zenio doing a great job of taking his 4th base during all of this. He's up to 85 drones, which is a pretty darn good economy for a Zerg. He's up at 23 mutas with more on the way, but not really upgrading right now, which is the one thing that he's really missing.
Mutas fly out. And I have to say, Zenio's done a great job. Considering the position he was in at the start of this game, he's actually really pulled himself back together.
Yeah, certainly. He's actually playing a very good game. And, you know, I'm surprised by Byun. You know, he did some really good early damage. And I thought he was just going to, you know, push a little bit with that push into the main base. Normally, he's such a turtley player, a player that'll always take the late game, which can be so powerful against Zerg if you do it right. But here he is. He might be in a little bit of trouble.
Once again, here is Zenio with a counterattack. The gold base is basically exposed. And that forces the Marines to pull back, slowing down the push.
That's right. That's all he wants to do right now is slow that push down, get more Zerglings out, get more Banelings out, get more Mutalisks out, while he expands all over the map, even taking the bottom left main base. Look at that, sniping a little bit, but maybe losing a little bit.
He's actually also taking the bottom center main base.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, this is not looking very good right now for Byun. Byun also, if he wants to expand again at the bottom right, the Overlord's dropping a bunch of creep there. So, I don't know, he might end up being forced to spread himself out a little bit too thin here.
Yeah, look at this. He's drawing things everywhere, but this is a nice drop into the main base. What will Zenio do? He is bringing back a lot of units to deal with it, but no mutas there to kill the dropships, so he's going to just rely on chasing those away, and Siege Tank Splash might really hurt that Zergling Baneling force as there's a bunch sieged right below the main. Kind of an interesting scenario we have right here, but I gotta say, overall, I like Zenio's position more.
Oh, God, Zenio's in such a better position right now. He actually just has too much of the map right now. And the gold base, the cash cow right now for Zenio, I mean, for Byun, rather, is not operable.
Oh, man.
Ouch.
But, you know, this is good positioning. Siege tanks are just so powerful against Banelings.
You know, it looks like he's going to swoop down here and just try to take out the siege tanks in the low ground.
He's got to be careful about any engagements he makes.
Surprised to see that army moving over on that side. That must have been a misclick. Looks like he's turning the Thor and the Marines around now.
Meantime, we do have some more pressure in the main base.
Here we go!
Oh my God, the Banelings rolling in, and can he get all these Marines? It looks like he can, Tasteless. And Byun losing all those siege tanks is a huge deal. He's not going to be able to make another big push against mass Banelings for quite some time.
He's basically been knocked back into the Stone Age right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be really difficult for Byun to make any movement on the map right now. Oh, you have a drop over here.
We also have 8 Overseers being made. I'm very confused.
Whoa. I think he actually might be planning on humiliating Byun, like going in there and gooping all the barracks.
He very well may be.
The Barracies.
The Barracies, man.
All right, here he is, stimming, moving forward. The Queen goes down.
Another powerful attack, but with just one siege tank, it's not going to hold up to Zergling Baneling. This is so interesting.
Here come the Overseers.
I wonder if he's just going to... I wonder if this is actually... You know, Zenio's always loved using Overseers, so this might actually be something somewhat legit that he's trying, but with 3 turrets there, I can't see those actually doing anything.
Yeah, I just want to point out, to go for all these Overseers instead of electing to go for Broodlords or anything else that would cost as much gas.
That's a lot of gas, man.
This is a pretty ballsy maneuver.
Yeah. I mean, 8 of them, that's 800 gas. That's 8 more mutants. That's a ton of infestors. It's quite bizarre. And here he goes. This is actually maybe the most cost-inefficient thing I've ever seen.
Well, he was doing this for show, and let's face it, we will never forget this image here.
Very true.
Now, let me tell you something. Byun knows, because that's actually not a very effective thing to do at all, in case you guys are wondering at home, that did not pay for itself.
Yeah, no, that was
actually there to humiliate Byun. So Byun's going to be pissed.
Yeah, and now Zenio is supply capped. He's making a bunch more OVs. He's got some infestors out. Decent number of siege tanks from Byun. If Byun comes back and wins this game, Zenio is going to feel like a fool, but it looks like that is impossible, because here Zenio goes, and he should be able to remove this entire army.
Whoa!
But his infestors, no fungals there. A little bit far behind.
Now, let's just point out here that if he had not had those Overseers, he should have had enough Banelings and everything else to probably do a lot more damage.
Easily, and even if he had his infestors up with the army a little bit more, as those couple groups of Marines walked up, a couple fungals there, Tasteless, makes all the difference in the world. Well, right now we do have Byun continuing to move around. Nice fungal there. Finally ending some of these drops, so it does lose his main hatchery. It's going to cost him about 1,000 mined gas.
Now let's hope, for Zenio's sake, that he could still clamp down and win this game. I mean, obviously, Byun is not in as good of a position, but if you do that Overseer trick, and then you lose, you're going to be like, oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I wonder if you kill off all their stuff, and then I'm trying to make a reason why that might be okay to do with that situation in the game.
I don't think there is one.
No, I'm having a hard time, but I have to admit.
I guess hypothetically, if there weren't turrets there,
well, if there
then
weren't
it would have
turrets
cool. But of course, the Zerg went mutas, so it's like, of course, there's going to be turrets there.
Yeah. If there's like one turret, you can get in and get out losing like one. But 3 turrets, man.
All right, Greater Spire on the way. And when the Greater Spire comes out, I don't know if he can recover. A lot of SCVs being picked up here as well. Terran trying to expand at the same time he's pushing. And that one Overlord is really screwing it up for him.
Yeah, look at this. We have nice Zergling counterattacks. Byun trying to push through the center of the map, but again, I mean, he's lost too many units too many times, and this push is a bit too slow.
I'm guessing that when his army is wiped out, which it inevitably will be, I don't see this army moving all the way around the map and taking everything out. I think we're going to see him GG.
Yeah, I would say so. And once again, Zenio with this small Zergling counterattack, really slowing down Byun's 4th base. And Zenio's just... he's quite confident, man. He's just sitting tight, waiting, and well, here we go. It looks like he wants to kill him finally. Infestor's coming in.
Oh my God! Complete ownage. That I do believe, especially if it's followed up with a counterattack. Yeah, that should be GG here.
Oh, certainly yes. Byun has to realize, and there we go. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with how well Zenio played, but Byun. Oh, look at that!
Oh, look at that! Getting a little salty there.
Yeah. Zenio, he played extremely well.
And he was on top for a long period of time in that game. I mean, as we know, the Energizer Byun, he lasts. He's got the stamina, but the position was just too good for the Zerg.
I'm surprised he went against his normal style. I mean, the Reaper opening was unbelievably effective. One of the most effective Reaper openings against Zerg that I've ever seen, in recent times at least. And then he went ahead and overcommitted. It looked like he was just going to poke a little bit with drops and like a siege shank. And I was like, oh, this is really smart.
Yeah.
You killed a lot of drones. You're forcing a lot of Zerglings. That's even less drones in the long run. Then you can run away. But he just kept committing, committing.
Elevator pushes never work. Remember in StarCraft 1, you were a Terran player and I was a Protoss player. I know when the guy was doing elevator push on me, I'm like,
you just expand a lot.
This is fine. I'm just going to keep expanding and running in there and killing some stuff and going back. And eventually you win because to port your army up to the high ground and then bring it back to the low ground.
It's actually too time intensive.
Yeah, it's way too
You're actually against the wall, so you can't run away. And
I know some of these guys are like, but tasteless. They have 400 APM.
It doesn't matter.
Even with that, it actually is.
There's a lot of problems
too
with
much stuff to do.
Half of fighting against Zerg is actually just running away for so long that your siege tanks keep punishing. He's like bringing siege tanks up to the high ground where he can't really protect them because he has to lift off his Marines. Can't run them back anymore.
If the main hatchery was closer to where he was pushing up from, but that was actually a pretty long distance.
Yeah, if you were like actually literally tanking it as soon as you drop tanks to the high ground, sure. But
that would be acceptable.
Byun, I'm really surprised that he went for that such a dedicated push there. Well, our next match, FXO ASD against Zenix Puzzle. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Well, I love watching Puzzle play.
Yeah.
Puzzle, he is really determined in this tournament.
Protoss has not been doing that well in Korea recently, and I feel like he is the missing piece.
Yeah. It took me a minute.
Took you a while. I'm like staring at you, smiling.
I was buffering that joke.
Oh, okay.
Now here's ASD.
You're on QuickTime. You hit the back 30 seconds.
Oh, God. I remember when I actually used QuickTime. Now, this guy is a very good player. I think he's a little bit overshadowed by people like Puzzle, Byun, and Zenio.
People were talking some trash in his group on him, man.
Yeah.
I would say not one of the strongest players in Codes for sure. If he were to make it to the round of 16, I'd be very surprised.
And here is his opponent, Puzzle. And don't be confused by his record here at the bottom of our screen. He's actually a very scary Protoss player.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind of the new nerd on the block here. We haven't seen him very much.
He's been talked about a lot. He's like if there weren't a couple other players like Dongregu, DRG, and Bomber, and people like that, more people would have been talking about Puzzle. He was talked about a good amount, but Believe me, this guy is serious. He's the real deal. He's one of the Protosses that I actually go at home and watch every match I commentate of him again.
He's good. And I feel like he's looking at us or something right now.
This one's for you, Artosis.
Protoss for life.
I'm a missing piece of your Protoss pie.
Now, as you can see, Crossfire was eliminated here by ASD. And Puzzle eliminated Antigua Shipyard. Antigua Shipyard is one of the newer maps we have here. So he might not have as much experience on that. Our map will be Terminus Reed. This could be a pretty long game.
Yeah, it definitely could be, man. You know, a lot of the time, Puzzle opts for Quick Observer, which lends itself to longer games. It's more of a reactionary.
Yeah, that's the build I'm doing right now.
Well, it's actually the best
observer.
build. It's actually the best build.
It's probably going to become the most mainstream Protoss versus Terran build.
When
just like it's StarCraft 1.
Stop just flipping coins.
Yeah.
We'll probably see more and more of it.
All right. The game is loading. It's game number 2 in today's Codas games. We have ASD from FXO against the mighty Puzzle. Can ASD take down Puzzle? We're going to find out in just a little bit here at the GSL in Seoul, Korea.